we are here at this time, and we bid you greetings, and we thank you for once again this interaction of the Earth Affairs Update. It is for you to know that the moon is entering a time of new management. When you are looking at your Earth's moon, understand that this particular celestial body has been for several thousands of your years operated under the rule to which you would know as Orion authorities. For it is true that your own moon has been under different areas of placement throughout your star system. Prior to coming to your star system, it operated in a star system within Ursa Minor. It has also been previously operated before that time in the area of the Orion constellation, what you would know as Rigel. This moon is well within approximately 2.5 to 3 billion years in age, and that it was once a flourishing moon body that appeared quite Earth-like. However, the celestial body of the moon was destroyed during a war occurring approximately 700 to 750 million years ago. And that the earliest indigenous record of the moon existed somewhere in the areas of the Pleiades star cluster. It was taken over. It was placed in Orion, and then later to Ursa Minor. Then, later on, into your own star system, where it orbited the planet that was once your 5th planet, known as Meldek. It has operated itself as a transport vehicle. It has also operated itself as a laboratory. It has also operated itself as a staging area. Therefore, when the moon delivered the survivors of Mars upon your planet approximately 11,750 years ago, give or take, the moon remained there because the experiment pertaining to a multitude of races that have come forward through different planetary spheres have culminated themselves upon the earth at that time. There has been many conflicts relating to your own Earth's moon. There have been those upon councils that had demanded that that very moon be removed from Earth's orbit, as there was no intention of that moon ever planning to be in orbit of the Earth. For humanity and the Earth already had a moon previously. We would say that there were approximately 2 moons that Earth once had before your current moon. A smaller moon that has been moved into the proximity of the Saturn system. The much larger moon that had been moved into the orbit that you now understand as the path of Mercury. Mercury was once your Earth's moon. It was a Pleiadian established moon that was an overwatcher of Earth affairs in times of old, going back well over 12,000 and beyond years. As we now share relating to your current moon, to which you term as Luna, it is now under new management. We state this because through the inhabitants of the moon, there will be many orders that shall take place that will therefore trickle itself down into your established government circles. And this will, in time, produce a halting of any form of top secret weaponization that was previously in your hands, or shall we say, in the hands of what you would term as your elite. There will again be this trickling down of the governmental circles that will halt these weaponized, top secret, black projects that will no longer be under any elitist, cabal, or as you term, deep state control. Many of you may be curious as to a date relating to the halting of all forms of weaponization on a top secret level. In estimation, but again, just a forecast, prior to 2024. At that time, there will be, again, further orders from the guardian races that now occupy your moon and are taking over installations, reactivating old installations that have been deactivated for a great deal of time, spanning hundreds or even thousands of years, that will also be halting frequency bombardment upon your planet through the moon's technology. Now, there will be certain technologies on a frequency level that will still be coming from the moon. However, these are used for orbital trajectories through the idea of internal mechanisms that relate to the piloting and orbital arrangement of the spacecraft that you term as the moon, for that is what it truly is. The idea of the frequency bombardment has been part of an old agenda. Again, as your moon has had Orion take over all over it for a great deal of time, the new inhabitants of the moon will be working through additional personnel contained on the moon to negotiate, not force, but negotiate the closure of the frequency bombardments taking place upon the moon that has held a high frequency bursting of code transmissions, often again etheric in nature, through sound frequency bombardment, vibrational frequency bombardment, that has, quote-unquote, heated up the areas of your planet on a very deep psychological, emotional level. So, we would state that this has just recently occurred relating to the new inhabitants. Nothing is attempting to be forced for closure, because there is still, as you would say, karmic attachments relating to what can be negotiated with and cleared and shut down. We again state that the amount of energy that has been coming within, throughout, and beyond your planet has successfully lifted a great deal of stagnant energies existing within the internal crusts of your planet. We have spoken before pertaining to the idea of the Ring of Fire earthquakes. This specific region upon your planet that you term as the Ring of Fire is indeed having artificial quakes, mostly being produced to expel much of the stagnant energies that have been building up within your planet that could have also led to other forms of larger natural disasters a little bit further ahead, but this is now being averted. We are not speaking of the California incident, but we are speaking of other areas pertaining to the Ring of Fire, earthquakes. These tectonic shifts are releasing pressure to prevent certain degrees of eventual natural disasters that had been foreseen to encompass your world, that would have led to larger catastrophic earthquakes, also leading to the idea of a possible physical pole shift. This is now being averted because of the releasing of the pressure upon the tectonic plates that circle the Ring of Fire. This is why there have been a great amount of earthquakes taking place upon the Ring of Fire area upon your planet. Not all are artificial, some are natural, but most, we would say, within the 80 to 90% range, would be artificially created. These earthquakes that have been artificially created have come through human technology. Again, you must understand that it cannot be an extraterrestrial civilization that is deliberately influencing or, therefore, applying any form of harsh action upon your planet, for that too would violate interference. That would violate what you term as the non-interference law. So, much in regards to what has happened upon your planet has been, in majority, to that which is artificially created, human-developed technology that has been applied in these ways. You will notice that throughout your summer season, you have had crop circles upon your planet. They have led to specific forms of lunar planetary predictions, but more importantly than that, they are what you would term as spells. Ancient alchemy. They bring fertility to your lands, not just in the specific area of Europe to which they exist, but also to lands throughout your world for the symbols, the architecture, the geometry naturally created by these crop circles, magnetized to your etheric grid to create genetic updates for all of you, as well as updates pertaining to the Earth herself, to again release stagnant energy, to again work in tandem through the upcoming lunar / planetary transformations taking place. It is coordination. But again, more so on a light level, energetic level, genetic level altogether. These are the updates we wish to share with you here and now, in this moment, and we thank you once again for this interaction. We will now conclude and speak to you again, as now is forever, all is one, and love is essence. Goodbye for now.